Ought to Be a Law is a program set up to allow high school students in our community to learn to legislate.
It was started by Representative Kevin Ambler.
He came to me and said, I've got this idea, can you help me with it? And I looked at it and I said, this is a pretty lofty idea.
What are some of the ideas that you guys have had about things that ought to be a law?
So I went home and I brainstormed, and I wanted to create a law that would help benefit and help make our community safer.
Well, it was really just a classroom assignment, and we all contributed a bill, and then our school picked mine.
We had bills that we presented to our class, and we voted on the bills that we wanted to move forward to the town hall meeting.
So they present their bills at this town hall meeting to a panel of legislators, usually 1 or 2 senators and 1 or 2 House members.
We have a growing number of elderly citizens, some of which suffer the toll of time, and their ability to drive is hindered.
I think the driving laws are too loose. I think getting your permit or your license is becoming too easy, and I think that the law should become more strict.
Licenses for Life is my proposed law which would grant licenses to unauthorized migrants living in the state of Florida.
It's mandatory driver training prior to licensing.
Well, I was really nervous because I had never done anything of that sort before, and they were very welcoming to our ideas, and I wasn't as nervous once I got going with the presentation.
They couldn't get any ibuprofen, Motrin, not even a Tums. All that they could be given without a doctor's note or being sent home was basically Band-Aids or ice.
The FCAT being in different languages. I know the FCAT right now is difficult for many students, but it can also be very difficult for those who can't even understand what they're reading.
They can think out of the box, and they can think about the way the world should be instead of the way the world is, and not feel that they're stuck with the way things are.
It would place recycling bins in Florida high schools throughout 6 counties.
My bill didn't get picked, but I got picked as the spokesperson for the bill.
And then all of the students that had submitted bill ideas, we put them on a student legislation council.
Well, we would meet once every week or 2, and we would just go over the presentation and try to make it better.
So the students are brought up a day in advance, and we do that so they can meet with each of the individual members that are on the committee they'll be appearing in front of. And therefore, in the relaxed atmosphere of the member's office, the House member can sit there and meet the students, talk about the program, answer all their questions in advance, and make sure that the member feels comfortable with what their bill is all about.
Representative Ambler's students it's fantastic that they're here.
They're learning what it is that we do up here behind the scenes.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wonder how America runs.
We met a lot of them, and they were so funny and so nice to us. I was very surprised at how down to earth they were. Talk sheets.
Oh, got talk sheets and everything.
We're prepared.
Okay, you really are. That's more than some of our members are.
They're lobbyists on behalf of Senator Crist and myself to do what we do. And so if the students weren't up here meeting with my colleagues to tell them about the bill, I would be having those meetings.
I think it was definitely our first meeting. We went in there and we were all really nervous, and then the representatives just started joking around with us, and it was just kind of like put things into perspective and how things work up here.
There is a huge backstory in terms of how laws get made, and a very interesting aspect of it that students really found fascinating. The gossip and the political stories and the backstabbing and the maneuvering. It was like a chess game.
Then you go down and break her arm before she goes there to make sure she's going to vote okay.
I thought it was definitely crazy. I didn't realize how many people were here and how many issues were going on.
This was the real deal, and that meant they had real people against them. And there were people that were against that bill that first year, and they came and spoke against it.
When I first heard about this and I heard what was going on in the House, I took your bill off the calendar because really there's no point in hearing a bill if it's dead meat in the other chamber.
We had Representative Treviesa come in one time and save our bill from being temporarily, put off the agenda, and we had a lot of fun with that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Let me just say this one more thing, and then I'll let you go. Good ideas such as yours many times don't pass, and many times take forever to pass.
It's very hard to pass a bill, but there are 100 different ways to kill a bill, both overtly and covertly. And by the way, fewer than 10% of all of the 3,000 bills that are filed ever do make it. And then a good portion of those that do make it through the process in both chambers, a lot of those are vetoed by the governor.
I love the concept of student participation in democracy, and whether the bills pass or not, the best way to learn about how democracy works is to participate in it.
I really got to learn a lot about government, and a lot more so than I would have ever learned in a class or from a government book.
You have a great opportunity for good work coming out of this process to develop public policy that truly represents all people.
110 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. Speaker.
38 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. President.
Congratulations.
Other legislators around the nation are learning about this and realizing it's a really easy, simple idea, but a wonderful experience to teach the art of democracy and civics to our students in a way that they'll never forget.
The experience that you got was a wealth of information that the teachers can only hope that students would be exposed to. Not just learning how government works, but making government work for them. The young people, the future of this great state, can make a difference.
A lot of people, or at least me anyways, didn't really understand the entire process and didn't understand all the different people that it takes and the way that an idea has to be changed and the way that different viewpoints have to be heard so that really the best law can be created and put into the books.
Here's the law.
I would definitely encourage everyone to participate in this. This is an unbelievable experience. You cannot beat this kind of experience. There's no other time, unless you're actually a representative or senator or an actual politician, that you get to meet all these different legislators and you actually get to see how a bill becomes a law.